Welcome to the show tonight, guys. Welcome to Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. We provide the tools, you do the work. Hey, I'm Coach Neighbors, and tonight we're going to talk about we're going to cover some of the mistakes that homeowners are making in their foreclosure defense strategy. And we were going to cover the paperwork showing what the attorneys responded to my sisters, but I'm going to have to do that later because I lost the file somewhere and I don't feel like looking for it right now. So I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow. So it'll probably post on Monday. So if you guys want to see the update, the document that they filed responding to my sister's motion to dismiss their crap and for summary judgment, it's pretty weak. So we're pretty impressed. I think part of what we're going to be doing as a normal program is moving their stuff over to federal court, because the first time ever the judge ordered the attorneys to respond by the date and to do this stuff. Now they're still trying to kind of help them a little bit without sticking their neck out too far, but we got them backed in the corner pretty well. So we're pretty proud of that. Right now, they responded to our motion for summary judgment. We filed a motion for summary judgment due to the fact they didn't respond to the $20 million lawsuit my sister filed. And I think the reason they didn't respond to it is because they had their little plan, what they were going to do, and their plan got jacked up when we moved their foreclosure over to the federal court. And it's real easy to do. We moved their attorneys' state foreclosure over to federal court, and we are forcing them to answer to us. And my sister actually paid to move it, but you shouldn't have to pay. But at the end of the day, what my suggestion at the end of the day, if they were going to make us pay, would be to go ahead and file the 42 USC 1983 section 1983 civil rights package that I put together for foreclosure defense. When you use that package, you are going after them for the court rules and all that they done to you in court, and has nothing to do with the lies that they're trying to get on the table so they can argue those lies and get the judge just to rule in their favor, blah, blah, blah. We all know how that goes. So we like to throw down with stuff they don't want to argue about. That's how we roll. And that protects you and gives you a chance to get some things done. If you guys are coming from Facebook, please go to this link shown across the bottom of the stream here, and grant Facebook permission, or grant StreamYard permission to use your Facebook name. Otherwise, if you comment, you'll just show as Facebook user, and we like to know who we're talking to. Now, before we go any further, one of the things, I have a lot of people going to my YouTube channel and checking things out and calling me, and sometimes I ask you to call me. Those ads were ones that I did a long time ago when I asked people to call. Now I'm getting plenty of calls, but the problem is no one's ready to make the call have value for both you and I. So my suggestion would be, before you call, to go to our website at winincourtnow.com and take a look at your options. You have options. Take a look at the options, take a look at the investment for each option, and decide which option and which investment is going to work best for your budget and for what you want to do. And after you decide that, then you have a chance to review the instructional video. If you have any questions after that, then you can give me an email or message me on Facebook, and then we'll talk. That's how I handle things on the lawsuit packages. Everything is done pretty much on Facebook or through emails. I don't text much. Sometime in eating time, I don't mind texting because I can do it on my computer. But during the day, I don't text much because it just look at those big giant hands. It just takes too long. And a lot of times when I get done with the message, that does not say the same thing that I thought it said before I clicked the button, before I clicked the send button. So you guys should head over to our website if you're facing this problem. If you're facing judicial foreclosure, non-judicial foreclosure, if you're having a problem with them, credit card collectors coming after you, I have a marriage dissolution package. I have all kind of stuff on my website. I'm all over the place because we don't play around. And a lot of the stuff that you have access to are things that I put together for family members, like the packages that we're using right now, the 42 USC 1983 lawsuit package I actually put together for myself and for my sister. And she's about to file it next week. They don't know it yet. They're complaining. Federal court is kind of, they're not really stalling because they ordered them to answer, but they're having a little bit of a problem trying to figure out if they have jurisdiction or not. So that's the hang up right now. They're not sure if they have jurisdiction. Okay, wait a minute. We're suing the state court judge, and we provided documentation to show that the state court judge is getting sued and all of the issues, but they don't know. So we're going to follow with our 42 USC section 1983 civil rights lawsuit package. And I think they will have, I don't think there will be any question as to whether or not they have jurisdiction after that. And we're also going to include the attorney who signed on to represent the attorney that we're suing. That was the attorney trying to take our property, my sister's property. And we got a little surprise for him, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that near the end of the video. So let's get back on track here. So we're going to talk about some of the mistakes that most homeowners make in their foreclosure defense strategy. So the first mistake that I want to talk about is foreclosure defense. Okay, foreclosure defense. You're not going to get anything done on defense. And this is one of the changes. We're not on defense in our program. That's why we're calling it foreclosure offense. Foreclosure offense. You don't have to be on defense. People need to understand the conventional program was structured by the attorneys, and they structured it and they name you as a defendant because they want to be able to beat the snot out of you. But you don't have to be the defendant. In my program, you're not going to be the defendant because you're going to be going after the person who signed to start the foreclosure against your property. So you're going to be filing your lawsuit against them. So you're not going to be the defendant anymore. And you're going to trump their BS in state court, file your stuff in federal court, and then make them answer to you. That's how we do it around here. Now, the first big mistake is being on defense, and a lot of people are happy with that. Attorneys love it. They love to help you with foreclosure defense because all they're going to do is just sit around and stall and then throw you under the bus. So the defense, I wonder why attorneys don't put together lawsuit packages like we have here. I don't know why they don't do that. Their conventional program placed you as a defendant and was structured by them. So you're not going to get anything done working in their conventional program. You have to be on offense to get anything done, or it's just not going to work out. And we're figuring that out. Now, you guys need to understand also that the strategies and things that I talk about that we use are things that we put together from real-time feedback from the 597 people in our Facebook group. And then we also have another group for the online course. And we have 77 people in the online course group. So I get real-time feedback from all of these members about how the attorneys are trying to escape the liability and get out of being responsible for what we're doing. And that allows us to change things, add things, and do things that screw the door shut so they can't use the same crap that they used in California on the people in New York. Because like I said, we get feedback from all across the United States. Real-time feedback. And that feedback has allowed us to do what we're doing right now. So I want to thank everybody in the group for having the courage to step up and do what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, we're all getting to punch him in the face. Well, I'm not. I'm happy watching you guys punch him in the face. Yeah. Now, one other mistake that a lot of people make, and this is a very costly mistake, and that mistake is thinking the lender is the foreclosing party. A lot of people think the lender is the foreclosing party, and the lender signature is nowhere to be found on anything. So the lender cannot be the foreclosing party if the lender is not signed on to the lawsuit. Now, homeowners who make this mistake lose because they did not have the person who initiated the foreclosure, who signed to initiate the foreclosure, as the number one defendant in their lawsuit. And the court knows it. The court knows that the lender is not the one suing you, and the lender has nothing to do with what's going on when it gets to foreclosure, but they let you stay in court until they run you out of money. And that's how they do it. Most people never realize that an attorney is the illegal party for foreclosing, acting as a third-party debt collector. And the attorney's emails, and at the bottom of the sheet it says they're debt collecting, acting as a debt collector right on the thing. But most people don't realize that they're not acting on behalf of the alleged lender. They're acting on behalf of their own law firm. And in my program, you'll learn how to use those loopholes, their loopholes, against them. You'll be sticking those loopholes, those loopy poopy holes in their face. And that's what we do. When you add the attorney who signed to start the foreclosure, who signed to start the foreclosure against your property, when you add them to your wrongful foreclosure lawsuit, you will control the process. If you're facing foreclosure, head over to my website at winningcourtnow.com and review your options. You'll need to figure out which option works best for your budget and for what your capabilities, what you can get done. And you'll need to review the instructional video. And if you have any questions about the process that are not mentioned in the instructional video, you can email me or message me on Facebook, on Messenger. You can friend me on Facebook, and then we can communicate on Facebook. If not, everything has to go through the group. And a lot of people are a little more private and don't really like talking about their business in the group. So far, I have about 15 or 20 different mistakes that we're going to cover. And if anybody wants to have a little more information about any of these mistakes, you guys send me an email and let me know that you'd like me to discuss this. Now, it has to be about the mistakes and about what we're doing, not about their conventional program, okay? Because we don't really spend too much time on that because we don't use it. So if you guys want to have me cover something special in my stream that has to do with what we're doing here in my program, you let me know. Send me an email, and I'll check it out and see what we can do about that. Now, one of the other things that I want to touch on before I go here, I want to just keep tonight short because I'm running late. One of the other things I want to touch on is a lot of people make the mistake of trusting an attorney to help you, period. We'll stick specifically to foreclosure defense right now. A lot of people hire an attorney to help you with foreclosure defense, only to find out that the attorney throws you under the bus in the end. And the reason the attorney throws you under the bus in the end is because the attorneys will not attack each other. Right. So when you realize that the attorney is the one that signed the notice of default letter or the complaint, petition, or whatever the hell it is, or foreclosure lawsuit that they serve you, when you realize that the attorney is the one that signed that, then you will be in a different position. You understand what's going on. When you realize your attorney's the one that signed that, then you will understand my program and what you need to do. Until you attack the person that's actually coming after you, you have no chance on making them sit down. So trust an attorney. People don't realize that if the attorney is the one coming after you, when you hire an attorney, the attorney that you hire automatically gets a cut of what they steal from you, in addition to what they take from your bank account with the fake help. So you guys have to keep that in mind. If you hire an attorney, the attorney's going to automatically get a cut of what they steal from you and throw you under the bus in the end to help get that big paycheck, because I guarantee they're getting paid more with their cut than they're getting taken from your bank account. And this is the reason why we have to do it ourselves. One of the other things that people are scared of is people have fear that they can't do it. They can't do it themselves. Well, I'll tell you what, you can screw up your own case. You don't have to pay somebody to do that for you. I'm just saying, you can mess up your own stuff. But see, here's the thing. When you're doing it yourself, all you got to do is check the federal rules of civil procedure to make sure when they're supposed to answer, what you're supposed to do. Federal rules of civil procedure, how are you supposed to file it? So those rules tell you everything. They'll try to make you follow the local rules. The local rules are not in harmony with the Constitution, and the local rules are for attorneys. And the local rules, in my opinion, help speed things up through court. So if your case is getting sped up through court, you need to pick up the soap. You're getting the shaft if your stuff getting sped up through court. So you guys need to make sure what rules you're following and make sure they're following the same rules. So we're going to talk about some more of these mistakes. This playlist, this video, it's going to be part of a playlist. It's going to be called Foreclosure Defense Mistakes. So if you guys want to keep up with these videos and see the mistakes that other people are making, so you're not making them, then you're going to need to touch base with this and watch this playlist on my YouTube channel to keep up with the mistakes and stuff that you need to look out for. So thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next video. Actually, I'll see you guys in it. Well, we'll be making another video on Tuesday. And I'll see you guys in our live stream next Saturday. Send me an email and let me know if there's anything particular you guys want me to cover in my stream, as long as it's connected to what we're doing. Okay? Thanks. Good night.